Rastafari, live it and real it, I continually ever faithful, ever sure. Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, and I would say it's the Rastaman vibration, and it's positive. Rastaman vibration, yeah, positive. Live if you wanna live, I and I vibration, yeah, positive. Like say, why not help one another on the way? Blessed magician, just a little bit easier. Say we just could not live in a negative way. Make way for the positive day. 'Cause it's a new day. New day. And it's a new feeling. Yes, it is. New Zion. Oh, what a new day. Picking up. Are you picking up now? Yeah. Picking up. Are you picking up now? I would say, Jah love, protect us. Yeah. Jah love, protect us. Did you hear what I said? Jah love, protect us. Yes. And the Rastaman vibration, yeah. I vibration, yeah. Any higher man, vibration, yeah. Yeah. Positive vibration, Lord, yeah. Say we just could not live in a negative way. Make way for the positive day. Years and days, new time, and it's a new feeling. Whoa, new Zion. Oh, what a new day. Picking up. Are you picking up now? Picking up. Are you picking up now? Yeah, yeah. Jah love, protect us. Jah love, protect us. Did you hear what I say? protect us. Yes, yes it is. This is a track from the new album, Survival. This track is entitled Wake Up and Live. Come on now. Don't complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief and jealousy. Don't bury your thought, put your vision to reality. Yeah. Together now, wake up and live. Wake up and live. Wake up and wake up and live. Yeah. Mighty people, yes. There's work to be done, so let's do it little by little. Alright. From your sleep and slumber. So we're more than number. We're more than sun and seashore. We're more than number. Together now. Together now. Together now. Oh yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, the people of Nigeria. This is Muhammadu Buhari, the anchor of Nigeria now at ONN 119 Radio International. Welcoming you to a brand new edition of Nigeria Now. Yes, when you write, don't complicate your mind. That's what happened. Wake up and live, the people of Nigeria.
So where do you still live big today? Tomorrow you're parrot and a parrot and a parrot and a dust. Oh, wake up and live. Wake up and live. Wake up and wake up and live.
right. Hold it up, Mali. Hold it up, Mali. We come back to this. Wake up and live. This is what the people of Nigeria needs now. We got to wake up and live. We got to wake up and live. We got to get up and stand up for our rights, stand up for our lives, stand up for our children, stand up for our country, stand up for its future, stand up for the future of the next generation. Nigeria is under assault on all fronts. I mean, on all fronts. On all fronts. Nigeria has become disordered. Nigeria has been made so vulnerable, and the people susceptible, so susceptible to abuse and all kinds of exploitation. How long shall we stand aside and look while our lives are being frittered away? This is a moment for us to stand up for our country. Stand up from everywhere in Nigeria, north, south, east, and west. Stand up and be counted as a citizen of Nigeria, and not as a northerner or a southerner, not as a Muslim or a Christian. Stand up as a citizen. That's what defines us. I don't want to be from in Nigeria where I'll be defined by religion, by my religion, or by what I believe is God to me. I don't want to be identified first as a Christian or a Muslim instead of first as a Nigerian. That is what our reality should be. But unfortunately, divisive elites have made that the blots of our lives. So if you are just tuning in, please share with your friends. This is a very, very serious broadcast. A lot of things are going on in our country. And for a very long time, 62 years, we have been held hostage by the elites of Nigeria. The moment for us to stand together as citizens. I mean, as citizens. I didn't say as an Hausa person. I didn't say as an Igbo person. I didn't say as a Yoruba person. I didn't say as a Muslim or as a Christian, but as a Nigerian, because that's what they have taken away from us. They have taken away from us our rights to the citizenship of Nigeria. They want us to be defined as Christians or as Muslims or as whatever, especially those two. And you know what? These are two imported political ideologies that have nothing to do with our Africanness. Unfortunately, we have turned our country into a battleground for the East and the West, with us as the foot soldiers, and with them smiling to the banks off of our resources that they steal as a result of our foolishness. Now is the time to look at ourselves, eyeball to eyeball, face to face, and look within our country to find out why our educational system is the worst on earth, why we cannot live good lives, why our country has been in darkness since independence, why we have the worst of roads on earth, why we can't even have ordinary water to drink, why everything is going crazy, why terrorists have taken over our country, and all of us now live in fear. Come on now, something is not right. Why is America progressing? Why is Britain progressing? And you know what? Off of our resources that are stolen by our elites to develop those countries. Why our country, where we come from, is going down. Something is not right. And it's about one thing, actually two things, but one very major one, leadership. And then secondly, followership. If we have bad leaders, we must have bad followers to make our country get so poor the way it is right now. So we have been bad followers just as much as we have had bad leadership. So it is the onus rests on us to correct what is ailing our country. Thank God, the followers can decide that they don't want to be led the wrong way anymore, and they unite together and decide the future of their country. This is exactly what we are expecting to see of Nigerians. So we must get up and stand up. We must live. We must wake up and live. All right? And that is what we are calling on you, the people of Nigeria, to do now. It's time to do an introspection. This country, beautiful edifice, one of the best in the world, endowed with so much that we have no reason. No Nigerian has a reason to be poor. But sadly, we have become so poor. Our country has become the poverty capital of the world. A country that is so endowed. We have everything: mineral, natural, and abundant human resources. Very vast young population of, oh no, of citizens who have no ways, who have no means of expressing themselves for their own good and for the good of their country, because there's hardly anything for them to do because of our abject leadership, tragic failure of leadership spanning over 62 years. Time to stop it is now. And you and I can make it happen. And this is why we must wake up and live. This is why we must look at ourselves first as Nigerians and not as Muslims or Christians. This is the reason why we must not allow anybody or any group of persons to use us as cannon fodder to sell their market and make all the money while we live in penury. All the politicians in Nigeria, majority, 99% of them are merchants, slave merchants. They don't care about you. They don't care about the country. And you see it reflecting on everything about us and about our future, about our living conditions. They don't give a damn about any of us. So why do you care about them? Why can't you unite and change the course of history? That was what the February 25th, 2023 election was about. We made it right. We did it right. We voted the way we ought to vote. We responded as citizens. But less than 1%, actually less than 10,000 people, twisted our destiny and are holding it right now in hostage, holding our destiny, our collective destiny in captivity. But you and I must pull back instead of giving up, because that's what they want us to do. Now they are hurrying up everything, acting like they are good leaders, doing anything. No, it's going to be for just a second before we start seeing the real day. They have arranged majority of our corrupt traditional rulers. Everybody is coming to Abuja now. Ghana must go bag season has come back in our country's life. They brought all the fake prophets and prophetesses and imams together, calling on them to help them. No. Why should an illegality be supported? Our country will never be just until that justice is done. That is what we are. So if Tinubu likes, he can go to the moon, he can go to the sun, he can go to the ocean, and go to anywhere to buy legitimacy. It will never be whole. It will never be well until that justice that was set aside is brought into play to take over and build Nigeria on a strong moral foundation. Without that, all these craps that you see every day, it's a dress rehearsal, it's a waste of time that will lead us nowhere. So all of us who have ambition, one type of ambition or the other, must drop those ambitions and come together and work as citizens of Nigeria to ensure that justice is done, so our country will be whole. And then we won't have to have this trouble of repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Well, that is the intro. Yesterday, something happened. Governor of Central Bank, is it ex-governor of Central Bank, I would like to call him now, Emefiele, was allegedly suspended. Suspended. Now, I don't have a problem. Emefiele is from my place. Me and him are from the same tribe. We are from the same local government. He has been such a disaster. I've written and I've spoken about it. He misrepresented who we are as a Ika people. He threw professionalism into the wings and made himself available for urchins driven by tribal nationalism. They have used him like they used the Kem Serowiwa, like they used others in the past. And now they have slammed him. I wish he listened to all the wise counsels. They even made him pick up a presidential election, primary, whatever they call it, form to want to run as president of Nigeria while in office as governor of Central Bank. I was crying looking at this man from the standpoint of somebody from my place. I speak the same language with him. And I know those who are very close to him. And I wish, I'm not sure they advised him, or if they did, he did not consider their advices as worthy. He plunged himself. I saw Nigerians at their worst, their usual mischievous worst, shouting his name, buying vehicles in his name. He even went to court to challenge those who said he should resign before. He knew he wasn't in that race. They played him. Buhari did him all this. Buhari and his brothers. They wrecked him. They finished him. And now I see him going to jail. It hurts. But the problem I have with his arrest and his suspension is that the suspension is coming from an illegal man, inordinately, falsely, and violently occupying the seat of Nigeria's power. Bola Tinubu has no moral ground, no authority to arrest anybody right now. To the extent that he was arrested, or I meant to suspend anyone, and now later his arrest. Bola Tinubu himself ought to be in jail for violating the will of the people of Nigeria. He committed a treasonous act through the unwholesome acts involving election rigging, election violence that were carried out on his behalf. He has a huge moral albatross around his neck. He wants to be that gestapo president of Nigeria. He has no right, he has no moral platform to stand on to govern Nigeria. He has no moral platform to stand on to suspend anybody. He has no moral ground to order the arrest of anyone. But this is Nigeria. People are hailing today. You are sweeping up the electoral travesty aside. It's going to be for a few days. So this is the reason why the people of Nigeria must stand up, and stand up hard. People of Nigeria from east, west, north, and south, those who are patriotic, those who love Nigeria, those who don't want a terrible precedent to be set. Rebellion is brewing in Nigeria. No matter how much they try, it is coming. It is coming. Nigeria will not avert it unless sense comes into some people's head. Unless sense comes into some people's head for us to go back to the path of justice. Rebellion is brewing for Nigeria, and it is going to happen. I wish we can avert it. Our country has become a country of crass injustice. Here is the ex-minister of aviation with allegations of billions of dollar fraud against him. This man painted an Ethiopian airliner, brought it into Nigeria as Air Nigeria. A day to the end of Buhari's tragic administration. The media only said a few things about it. He was not arrested. Nobody has done anything to him. And this man is from the same state like Muhammadu Buhari. This man has mansions that people say is like a whole town built off of stolen money from Nigeria. Nobody has arrested him. And you know what? You know what? The DSS head is from that state. He's from the same tribe as he is. And the same DSS man that is pursuing Emefiele. I don't support Emefiele. Emefiele should go to jail if found guilty for what they allege that he did. But I read the allegations that they made against him. One of them made me laugh, that he was funding ESN and IPOB. Against what we were told before, that he was releasing money to Boko Haram. So now the charge sheet has kind of expanded a little bit. You know, by the new people, the new rogues who are forcing themselves on Nigeria, again, driven by tribal nationalist instinct for what they used to role in the Naira redesigning that impacted them in their election, that they twisted the arms and legs and the necks of Nigerians, you know, to claim that they won, though illegally and illegitimately and inordinately, you know. So you see what is taking place right now. We are seeing a new nation of oppressors. Just a few into now, yeah, because there's an alliance, according to El-Rufai, another evil one from the same tribe with Buhari, that they reach an alliance between the north, some Muslims in the north, and Muslim leaders in the southwest, that is Yoruba area. They reach an alliance on how to make Islam, Muslims, you know, take over Nigeria leadership at all levels. In an 11-minute statement, recorded, spoke in Hausa, and the DSS has not found it necessary to invite him, at least for questioning, if they cannot arrest him, because what he said is a direct threat to the national security of Nigeria. And now you are arresting Emefiele, accusing him of funding Boko Haram. This is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. I am talking about El-Rufai. Buhari knows it because Buhari was part of it. El-Rufai is part of it. All the Fulani elites in government are part of what is destabilizing our country. They have grown that immunity that nobody can touch them. So they can touch any other person. Now tell me how they want the unity of Nigeria, because they keep telling us about Nigeria must be one. Nigeria cannot be one on your own terms. Nigeria cannot be one on gunpoint. Nigeria's oneness has to evolve. It has to be a product of an honest discussions among Nigerians. You little group of persons, elites from the Fulani tribe, have no right and don't have that constitutional power to try to tell the whole of Nigeria that it must unite in line with your ideology, which is not going to work. Nigeria is for the whole of Nigeria and not for you. I am sad that my own brother is in the mess. My own tribesman is in the mess of all this. They used him and used him thoroughly. They finished him and he has nothing left. He doesn't have any energy to fight. Now they are slamming him. And this is what it is. They did it to Sarah Wiwa. They did it to so many other persons. And they will continue to do it if we continue to allow them. So this is the reason why we must not allow this type of people to come to power in Nigeria anymore. 250 million Nigerians, what are we doing? It is time to set politics aside. It is time to set our tribal differences aside. It is time to set our religious differences aside. It is time to wear the uniform of nationalism. It is time to be citizens of Nigeria. It is time for us to open our eyes to a new thinking. It is time for us to be more conscious and retake our country. A few people driven by hate and an apartheid mindset must never be allowed to continue to tinker with the destiny of Nigeria in the wrong direction. For all the period that they have been in power, either remotely or directly, they destroyed everything. They destroyed our democratic institutions. They destroyed all public institutions. What is left? Nothing. Our country has become so vulnerable to a second colonization. No thanks to these people. They are ferrying our money away. They are building refineries, private refineries with Nigeria's money, and nobody can question them. This is the time for the people of Nigeria to rise. And how are we going to rise? Go back to the result of February 25th, 2023. And this is why it is so important and most important for the Supreme Court judges who are looking at this case. You have seen overwhelming evidence of fraud. Do justice. Do justice for the sake of your children. Do justice for the sake of the children of Nigeria. Do justice for the sake of the future of our country. Do justice so that history and unborn generations will remember you and thank you for saving them preemptively and for helping them avoid a disaster that could happen in addition to the challenges that are peculiar to their generation. This is the time that we must wake up. We must get up and stand up and save Nigeria. And it's only you and I that can make it happen. Without you and I, nobody is going to make it happen. The responsibility to wake Nigeria up is in our hands and not in the hands of America or Britain, not in the hands of China or any other country, because they have their own challenges and we must wake up to our own responsibility.
No sun will shine in my day today. No sun will shine. The high yellow moon won't come out to play. Won't come out to play. I said, darkness has covered my life and just changed my day into night. Ooh. Now where is this love to be found? Won't someone tell me that sweet love must be somewhere to be found? Instead of a concrete jungle, I say that's where the living around my feet, but I'm not free. I know I am bound here in captivity. Never known happiness is. Never known what sweet caress is. But still, I'll be always laughing like a clown. Whatever. Yep, because I've got to pick myself off the ground. What do you got for me now? If it's when you're right, you're right. And you don't go. Why won't you let me be down? To be found, yeah. Instead of a concrete jungle, where the living is hard. Yes, the living is hard in the jungle. Oh, when you've got to do your best, yeah. Work I did not shoot no deputy. Oh, no, no. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot no deputy. I tell you what, there's all around in my hometown. Yes, they are trying to track me down. They say they want to bring I in guilty for the life of a deputy. Oh, for the life of a deputy. But I said, who shot the sheriff? In self-defense, yeah. In self-defense, it was I who shot the sheriff. And that's what they say. Tell you what, Sheriff John Brown always says I. For what I never know. Every time I play, Bessie, he say, kill them before they grow. He say, kill them before they grow. And so. I shot the sheriff. Lord, I didn't shoot no deputy. It was I who shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot no deputy. Freedom came my way one day, and I started out of town, yeah. And then, John Brown, he was aiming to shoot. I died. Oh, I died. Oh, yes. And I said, if I am guilty, I will pay.
Yes, fellow Nigerian, welcome back from that short music break by Bob Marley. Bob Marley, we give you thanks for your great work, your great message, your great inspiration, your great spirituality, your great energy. Will continue. All oppressed people will continue to sing, get up, stand up, I shot the sheriff, them belly full, but we hungry. Now, back to the talk. You know, Nigeria has to be leveled, and we need a brand new foundation. We don't want a Nigeria where some people will be positioned as sacred cows, first class citizens that nobody can touch. We want a Nigeria that will respect nobody. When you violate any law, regardless of who you are, you should be held accountable, like this man must be held accountable for bringing his country into this opprobrious disrepute that Nigeria is in right now. Nigerians, the only people who can make it happen is you and I. We must shoot these sheriffs and send them out of town. And in doing this, we must bring men and women with clean hands who can thoroughly clean our country, not a man with a filthy hands like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He cannot clean Nigeria. All this one is doing is acting. He knows he cannot do it. He cannot, because one, he does not have the legitimacy to arrest anybody or to suspend anybody. I hear Mele Kyari has been suspended, but he has not been arrested, you know. So this DSS, our DSS has become pure water. Pure water that nobody should respect anymore. Pure water because its founding objective have been defeated. Pure water because the head is a tribalistic man. He will shed all the criminals from his tribe and only go after others. If he wants to do a good job, he ought to bring Kyari, bring Gesirika, bring all those who have put our country in the mess it is in right now, and make them face trial. Bring the one who was the secretary of federal government when suddenly 80 billion vanished. What about the one in the jump office where Python started swallowing money? And we don't see anything. And these are the people from the same tribe in Nigeria. They have committed the worst fraud against Nigeria, and nobody tries them. Before we know it, it is over. And then you come telling me, before we say it, some people will say we bring religion into it. You cannot be praying 5 times a day and you are as corrupt. You can't be clutching the Bible the way some people clutch it and you are as corrupt in government. Where is your Allah? Where is your Almighty God that you worship? How do you worship him? With filthy hands? A drug dealer now sitting on the presidential seat of Nigeria. A fraudster with so much blood on his hand is not my president. The president of idiots who are accepting him as their president. And Nigeria has become a lawless place, a country, an empire where people are afraid of speaking up. 250 million people being manipulated by less than 1 million people. Something is wrong with us. This is why we must stand up. This is why we must get up. This is why we must resist all intimidation and attacks. This is why the moment has come for us to take our country back. Now is the time for those who are tired, who because what they voted did not translate, though temporarily, into what they wanted to see, and you get tired. You have no reason to get tired. This is the moment to get up and do some more. This is the moment to build more bridges. This is the moment to reach out to your peers for us to finish the work. 95% of it has been done. Just 5% to go. We must do the work. This is no time to get tired. Peter Obi, you need to do some more. Go and start a nationwide tour right now. Mobilize, energize your base. It's not about campaign. It's about telling the country about what is about to happen to it with these men now that are so desperate, pulling down all our institutions. Please, we must do our part. Those who say they are obedient, this is the time to be more obedient. Go and obey your master. Go to your communities. Reach out to them. Do what you must do to wake up those who went to sleep and those who are already sliding back and going in search of opportunities in the hands of the oppressors. It's time for all of us to get up. Let us get up and stand up. That is what this moment calls for. It is now or never. Did you hear me? It is now or never. It is now or never. Nigeria, get up and stand up. We must not allow criminals like this to decide our future. This man belongs to the prison. And this is what they are trying to prevent. They want to do this and get away with it like they did in the past. We must not give them the opportunity to do this. This is the president we elected. Able-bodied, ready to go. He has the energy. And he is paired with another able-bodied young man. Why have we put Nigeria in the position of Cameroon and Gabon, where sick, dead people are leaders? Something is not right with us. And we must make it right now. We must make it right now. We must make it right now. Real citizens and true patriots work and sacrifice for their country above and beyond selfish, tribal, regional, religious, and partisan political inclinations without expecting to be instantly paid or rewarded by anybody, group, or the country for doing their fair share towards meeting their civic, moral, and constitutional obligation to that country. And this is what we must do. Nigerians, for the most part, we have been very, very unpatriotic. We don't want to sacrifice for our country. Our country presents a lot of opportunities for us to be the best of what we can be. But because of our selfishness, we have not been able to open that roadmap for those who can make Nigeria work, for them to do what they are called to do. It is our fault. But you know what? We can change it. And the time to change it is now. Let's not vacillate anymore. Let us go to work. And that is what we must do right now. Let us stop, all this complaining. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria is not working. What are you doing to make it work? Do your own part and see if Nigeria will not work. It is your fault. It's my fault. It's all of our fault that the country is not working. Now, first of all, we must understand that we have 6 basic human rights that we have given to criminals that have made us look like less than human beings. They treat us like animals. One is the right to life. Do we have the right to life? The second thing is our right to choice. Do we have the right to choice? Our right to choice, is it instant? We chose on February 25th. Did our choice translate into anything, though temporarily? So this is the reason why we must unite to assert and take our right and take it to work for us. The right to freedom of expression. Everybody is afraid now of DSS, bloody DSS that has lost its value, tribalized and messed up. We are so scared now. See, this morning, somebody sent me a message that I posted something on his group that the authorities are asking him questions. I told them, tell your fake authorities to contact me. Give them my number if they don't already know it. I know they have my number. Let them call me to tell me which authorities in Nigeria. You have an illegal government right now. Your government is illegal. Everything about Nigeria right now is illegal. So where is the authority that I should listen to? I did not vote for Tinubu. He was not the president. He was not elected president of Nigeria. The president of Nigeria has not been inaugurated, and the one we know is Peter Obi. When they elect him, then I will start obeying the rules of Nigeria. But right now, Nigeria is lawless. I will not obey the rules of Babylon that has no roots with morality. No way, I will not. Fourth, the right to freedom of association. Are we associating very well? Why is there the bridge between the North and South? Why is it that the young people in the North, when they try to reach out to their peers in the South, they are corrupt, mostly corrupt elders, start telling them about Islam, bringing religion into it? The right to worship. Are Nigerians worshiping the way they want to worship? Are Nigerians worshiping without fear of being bombed in the church, without fear of some people coming into their churches to come and murder them like they did in our war in Ondo State? And the right to self-determination. Why is it that an Igbo man cannot say that he's not happy with the way Nigeria is going? And Nigeria is still dealing with him, punishing him, discriminating against him. They kill him in Lagos, they kill him in Kano, they kill him in Sokoto, they kill him everywhere. And then you tell him he has no right to self-determination. You are a liar. All these are God-given rights that nobody can take away from anybody. So unless you are an oppressor, like the oppressors in Nigeria are operating. So now is the time for all of us to stand up, look at these 6 basic human rights, introspect on them, ask questions about how these rights are being applied in Nigeria. Are they being applied to our benefits, or they are being used to exploit us? That is what we should know. You, Hausa man, some people commit crime and then speak your language as if the crimes are committed by the Hausa people. You got to stand up. And I want to tell the Yorubas, especially the ones that are following Tinubu blindly, those who went into what the El-Rufai North and Southwest Alliance, you are playing with fire. I guess this is the reason why we are not hearing anything anymore about Sunday Igboho. If so, all of a sudden, that whole thing died down. So that's part of the deal that was reached, right? Be careful, because it has happened to my Niger Delta between 1966 and 1970. Now the people got wiser and refused to be used to play against the Igbos. We have a Nigeria to build. The North and Southwest cannot build it. It will require the whole of Nigeria to build. It will require trust from all of us as citizens to build that country. Nigeria will never be built. The Nigeria of our dream will never be built through gang up against any ethnic group in Nigeria. It will certainly not be built through a gang up of the whole of Nigeria against the Igbos. You know why? Those people are some special people. Take it or leave it. For 50, 60-something years, has Nigeria moved forward with all the discrimination against the Igbos? No. And Nigeria will continue to sink unless these people are something else. They didn't create themselves. They are something else. They are human beings like us. They may not be perfect. Are you perfect? The one who brings AK-47 to shoot up our country. Go to Benue, you are killing the people there. You go to Plateau, you are killing the people there. In the Northeast, you are killing people there. And now you are spread now in a new name they call bandits. You are in Niger Delta, you are everywhere shooting up the people. But the Igbos go to everywhere they want. They go there in peace. They become part of the community. They contribute. They develop the communities where they are. And here, because of the jealousy of Nigerians, you want to, it things that you will not do in your locality because it's so dirty. An Igbo man comes to do it, and he prospers from it, and then you start becoming envious of him and start looking for ways to kill him and start asking him to live in his own country. That's his country. So we want to build a country where I will never be afraid again of returning to Kano, where I was stabbed in 1991. They killed my friend in my front. See this car? Yeah, this was from Kano. And you want to ask why I'm the way I am? I want a new Nigeria. I want a Nigeria that will work where no Hausa man will be tormented anywhere he is. No Fulani man will be beaten up and no Fulani man will have the right to pick up a gun and start shooting up anywhere and everywhere in Nigeria. Where an Igbo man will not go to any place and take dagger and start chasing the people around. We want a free Nigeria. I live in the United States, from one tiny town in Delta State, all the way with a Nigerian passport. I live here. All right? Yes. Is this place perfect? No. Is there discrimination? Yes. But nothing, it's not what the discrimination here is not near what is happening in Nigeria. If I was in Nigeria speaking right now the way I speak here, I speak about Biden, I speak about Trump, I speak about the stupid people who drive some things here. Nobody troubles me. If I was in Nigeria right now speaking, DSS would have visited me many times. Maybe I would have been in jail many times. But over here I am. All right. I know that's why they're inviting me home. You know, some people sarcastically tell me, come home and lead us. I came home in 2019 to lead you. Did you follow me? I didn't see nobody. I came home. I did not need the service of a policeman. I did not need the services of soldiers to guide me. I was all over the place. 4 attempts to kidnap me. They all failed. So what else do you want me to do? So you want me to leave my job, leave my family, to go to Nigeria where I don't have any business, and then come because I want to lead you? I have to have something to fall back because I don't know how to beg money. And the reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing is because no politician in Nigeria, no rich or poor man in Nigeria will come to say that I have asked him for money to give me money to eat. So I am funding what I do in Nigeria from what I do here, and you are still asking me to come to Nigeria to do what? So they can arrest me and silence my voice like they did for Nnamdi Kanu, right? No, you cannot. We are smarter now. I am more dangerous from where I am, and that is why they are having sleepless nights and restless days. So I don't take kindly, especially to my friends. So a few of my friends have told me, go to Nigeria. You know, it gets me sick because they are stupid. What they cannot do, someone is doing it. And instead of telling the person, thank you for what you are doing, they sarcastically will come and tell you, nobody should invite me to any stupid group thing anymore. I am better off unless you are willing to truly work and do what I'm doing, then yeah, we can jail together. Well, don't invite me into anything that we hold meetings every day upon meetings. We can't get anywhere with it. No, I'm not part of that anymore. So I go solo. I have a lot of people. My message reaches over millions of people in Nigeria, and it is working because we have feedbacks. But on the whole, we got to get together and change our trajectory. It's so sad. The future of Nigeria is so bleak unless we do something, and urgently too. With this, we come to the end of this program, and I especially thank all those who took time to be part of it and those who are going to join in the morning when they wake up, because I know we started really late today. But our messages are not the one that you throw away. You may not listen to it now, but down the road, it becomes something, because those messages are inspired. They are not done because of politics. We don't create them because of what we want right now. We create them for the sake of Nigeria, for those. That's why they are long, and that is why they are reference points. So people will go back there. Scholars from across the world come to look at what we are doing. And the security agencies too, they come, especially those who are unpatriotic, who don't understand the essence of their being in DSS, in the police, or in the army. Those who are driven by stupid tribal instinct. But we welcome all of them. Maybe some of them go away with different impressions, more informed impressions about what it takes to build a country. Goodbye, and I love all of you. Bye-bye.
One shot to sheriff, and I'm here. Oh, no, now. It was I who shot the sheriff. got the better of me now. And then what is to be must be. Every day the bucket goes to the well.
Hey, special thanks to Robert Nesta Mali for the music. Yeah, one day the bottom will drop out of that crazy pocket.
Thank you. Come on, loosen up a little bit. Get yourself together. Come on. Loosen up a little bit. Yeah. That's better. I can't hear you over there. Because you can't run away from yourself, you know. They have a thing to say. What sweet man it goes, have a running belly. Long time people have something to say. What sweet man it goes, have a running belly. You're running and you're running and you're running away. Running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running, but you can't run away from yourself. 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 You must have done something wrong. Something wrong. Said you must have done. Well, something is wrong. Something wrong. I wanna know why you can't find the place where you belong. Well, wow, you're running away. You're running away. You're running away. You're running away. Running away. Every man think that his burden is the heaviest. The heaviest. Every man think that his burden is the heaviest. The heaviest. But I still believe who feels it knows it, Lord. 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 You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. Running and you're running, but you can't run away from yourself. 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 Tell you what, every man think that his burden is the heaviest. The heaviest. Every man think that his burden burden is the heaviest. Heaviest. Tell me, who feels it, knows it all. 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 You're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. You're running and you're running and you're running away. Guess what? You're running and you're running, but you can't run away from yourself. 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 Woke up this morning. Can't run away from yourself. I begin to say, yes, them crazy. Them crazy. We're gonna chase those crazy bullets out of town. Chase those crazy bullets out of town. Yes. Me, I and I built a cabin. I and I plant a corn. Then didn't my people before me slave for this country? Now you look me with your scorn. Then ya it's up all my corn. We're gonna chase those crazy. Chase those crazy. Chase those crazy bullets. Chase those crazy bumpheads. Now chase those crazy bullets right out of town. Build your penitentiary. We build your schools. The brainwash education, trying to make us your fools. Hatred you reward for our love. Yelling at us up, you're gonna burn. We're gonna chase those crazy. Chase those crazy. Chase those crazy bullets. Chase those crazy. Well, chase those crazy bullets right out of town. Here come the con man. Then this coming with his complaint. Children don't get no bride. Just we got to stay alive. We cannot chase those crazy. Chase those crazy. Chase those crazy bullets. Come on down with me. Chase those crazy bumpers. Chase those crazy bullets. Right up, right out, right out, right out.
Yeah, no way. The wicked will sink in Nigeria. They will sink.
See
We
them
are
fighting
fighting
for
for
power.
power.
But
But
they
they
know
know
not
not
the
the
hour.
hour.
So
So
they
they
be
be
bribing
bribing
with
with
their
their
guns,
guns,
spare parts,
weapons,
and
and
money,
money.
trying
Trying
to
to
belittle
belittle
our
our
integrity
integrity
now.
now.
They
They
say
say
what
what
we
we
know
know
is
is
just
just
what
what
they
they
teach
teach
us,
us.
and
And
we're
we're
so
so
ignorant.
ignorant
But
that
every
every
time
time
they
they
can
can
reach
reach
us
us
through
through
political
political
strategy,
strategy,
they
they
keep
keep
us
us
hungry.
hungry.
And
But
when
when
you're
we
gonna
gonna
get
get
some
some
food,
food,
your
your
brother
brother
got
got
to
to
be
be
your
your enemy.
enemy.
Hey,
Ambushed
ambushed
in
in
the
the
night,
night,
all
all
guns
guns
they
they
aiming
aiming
at
at
me.
me. Ambushed in the night,
They
they
trying
open
to
with
conquer
fire on me.
me.
Ambushed in the night,
Oh Lord, they
set them
open
by His
fire on
Majesty.
me. Who we, who
Who
we,
we
see
see
them
them
fighting
fighting
for
for
power.
power.
Who we, but
But
they
they
know
know not
not the
the
hour.
hour.
So
So
they
they
be
be
bribing
bribing
with
with
their
their
guns.
guns, their past and money.
We keep on surfacing
Hey,
through the
you
powers
are
of
of
the
the
Most
Most
High.
High.
We
We
keep
keep
on
on
surviving
surviving
in
in
this
this
ambush
ambush
in
in
the
the night.
night. And by
By
society
society,
ambush
ambush
in
in
the
the
night.
night.
They
They
trying
riding
to conquer
freedom
me
coming.
in this ambush
Ambush
in
in
the
the
night.
night.
All
All
I
I
know,
know,
we've
we
got
got
to
to
be
be
free
free.
in this ambush in the night. In this
Nigerians,
ambush in the night.
get up.
Ooh-wee,
Ah,
ooh-wee. Ambush
ambush
in
in
the
the
night.
night.